Here with a look at Kaspa. First off, this wedge pattern we had up here, right up here, right? This had a valid wedge in here. This is on a 1 hour chart. You had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on the bottom, 1, 2, 3 touches on the top. 100% valid wedge. All right, take the measurement of the wedge right in here for your target for your breakdown, and there you go. All right, as close as you can get, really. Okay, I would call that a definite bottom in here. Then you have Kaspa pushing up here on the hourly. Right, you had this high, this low, a lower high, a lower low, a higher high, and so far a higher low. I put this box over in Discord. You get a bounce in here, and so far we are pretty good chance this is going to push to the upside. All right, now one other thing I want to show you here. Actually a couple of things, but Kaspa versus Bitcoin. All right, we're expecting these altcoins to break away from Bitcoin here. All right, for an alt season, that's going to happen. If Bitcoin goes down, you know, you're expecting the altcoins to do their thing and run to the upside. All right, now if we come down through here, you can see this thing actually pulled down here quite a bit further. All right, but it has gotten a very, very nice bounce off the bottom here against Bitcoin. All right, if you go from the bottom up to here, that's a lot. That's 111%. All right, that's huge. Want to see this thing obviously keep heading to the upside. The weekly, look at the weekly RSI on this thing for Kaspa dominance versus Bitcoin. The monthly heading to the upside. All right, so this is looking good for Kaspa. Maybe tear it away from what Bitcoin is trying to do. We're going to get back over to that Kaspa chart here in a second and take a look and see what this thing could possibly be heading up to. Right, I don't think it's heading down to them lows that we were at before. Now let's go back over Bitcoin here. All right, 95,107 this thing is at right now. All right, I have alarms set on this thing. Had a low of 94.9. Okay, couple people out there trying to fit a falling wedge into this. I mean, if you take your, I mean, you have a falling type pattern, but I don't know if you have a falling wedge in here. I guess maybe, right? Something to that effect. Definitely, you know, might break to the upside, but you know, we'll just have to see how Bitcoin plays out here. You have 1 touchdown here, 2 up through here. You know, supposed to go from your outermost wicks of the move, right, and make your pattern. So we'll see if it loses this support right here, this yellow line right here at what is this, 90, well, about 94.9. It's low, right? Came down and touched that. I'd expect this to probably pick up some steam. Target, yeah, if it falls to the bottom, 87.2. Had a fake out to the upside last night. Caught me. I took a long as soon as this thing, I mean, these are 4-hour candles. Usually if you get a 4-hour close outside of a pattern, that's solid. You know, you should take that position. And no, it broke right back down through. All right, fake out to the upside, break down to the downside. Now, what could we be looking at in here? Well, if you take a Fibonacci off of any of this, I've been trying to figure this out. You know, if you go from your high here, bring it over, you know, you do have a hit on a 618 here. It's a wick. All right, the rest of the moves down through here, you know, if you pull this the whole way over here, only went up to 382 or 50%. You know, nothing as far as any high pushes up here. Now you do have a 702 up there. If this was an ABC type pattern, ABC down on top, you know, maybe 92,000, 92.5. Could maybe see an ABC pattern there. You know, if it does the full the full fall of this wedge pattern, 87.2 is a possibility. Now let's take a look at the RSIs and see if that lines up, right? You know, the relative strength index. This thing is probably more likely just went up and back tested. It's kind of losing strength now as we're doing the video here. 4 hour is on the floor. The 8 hour, 8 hours pushing straight down. 12 hour, straight down. Okay, you got your daily, bearish, looking real good. Weekly, the weekly's rolling right over. All right, so you do have and the monthly. Wow, monthly is pretty bearish right now too. So I moved down to 87. We'll see. Right? I don't know. One thing that makes me think that could be a good possibility. Usually a wave 4 pullback. Wave 4 is going to be at least a 382 or 50%, right? So if we're looking at any other kind of wave count in here, this was out on that monthly. I apologize here, but anyway, any kind of pullback for any type of wave, you're going to have at least a 382 in here, okay? Unless you end up ABCing and Bitcoin's done, all right? Then this thing would go a lot deeper. But you don't even have a 382 pullback here, right? If we take this off here, let's get these lines off here. Get this one off here. All right, so if you go from the bottom here to the upside, you know, if this is any other kind of, if we're expecting another wave to the upside, pull that right to the top. All right, you only have a 236 pullback. Okay, the 382 is at 86.5. That's what makes me believe that this, you know, this could pull down. You definitely could get a pull down here. We'll see, right? We'll see how it turns out. Looks like a pretty valid wedge to me. Like I said, if it loses this support down here, and any type of, you know, if you're fitting a wedge in here, you know, any kind of falling wedge, then you're going to be, I guess down through here is where they're drawing it. You know, a falling wedge, I would like to see more, you know, of a, you know, usually falling wedges look more or less something like this. You know, they're pinching, they're squeezing together, they're not, but we'll see, right? So any type of wedge type formation, you know, you lose 94,000 here, I guess. That'd be the bottom here. That's the only way I can really fit any type of wedge in there. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin here. Hopefully it heads to the upside. Don't get me wrong. I'm not rooting against it here, that's for sure. I mean, but I am rooting for the altcoins. You know, we're looking for that alt season, right? Everybody is. As far as dominance goes, let's get over here and take a look at that real quick. That is super important. Bitcoin dominance right now is dropping. It's at 61.25. Out on that weekly, you know, talked about that double top, huh? We got this wick up through here, but the weekly closed right inside this box area we were talking about. Hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully that is the last. I don't know. I think this thing's probably got another move in it, the way it looks. Yeah, look at this. Looks like a 1, 2, 3. You know, fourth wave pullback and one final push maybe out of it. That's what it's looking like to me anyway. 382 or 50% pullback on that. Let's see, off the wave 2, bottom of wave 2 to the top. Yeah, see, there's your 382 pullback right there. You know, could come down to that 50%, but you at least get that, you know, not a 236. A 236 just doesn't make sense. That just points to more downside. You know, if I'm looking at a chart like that, as far as a wave would go. Now, if we come over here, take a look at Caspa here. This 9.5. I ended up taking a shot on this thing. All right, out on a, I do want to show you this because out on a weekly, we got some, definitely got to regain this trend line right up here, okay, right up at, what is it, about 10 and a half cents. You can see this trend line here. This is on a weekly chart, right? When we fell down through it, we came back up, got rejected off there. Definitely want to see that regained for sure. That's at about 10 and a half cents. Let's come over here to my other Kaspa chart here. I think it's this one. I want to be in on a hourly. Maybe this one right here. If you would hit that like and subscribe too, I'd appreciate that very, very much, guys, for sure. It must have been this one up here. I just didn't see the box in here. Yep, there it is. Okay. Now we are starting to get a little bit of a push down here, right? Any tight, I'd like to see this absolutely, it could pull down right to the top of this here. This low, this one right here, this one hourly. That's a good support area to watch for, see if it holds up right through here. Okay, we'll just have to wait and see. Now if we take a measurement off this from the swing low to the swing high, we are right in that zone. If it's going to bounce, you're going to want to see it bounce soon, right? I mean, we got this higher high, more likely a higher low coming in. The hourly 1 hour RSI looking good. 4 hour 4 hours trying to turn up. 8 hour 8 hours bearish. 12 hours actually bearish on this too. Let's take a look at something here. Let's pull this down a little bit. Did the measured move here, poked back up through there. I would definitely, I don't see anything like this happening. Usually what I was looking at here when I was zooming out was, is it going to end up doing something 3, 4, 5, something like that. But I don't believe that is the case. You had the wedge, you had the bottom here. Let's go out here on this monthly. All right, I believe we hit that 702, didn't we? I think we took a measurement off this. Let's get that off there. Put a fib on there, go from the very low to the top. Oh yeah, we hit a 618 on the head right there. I mean, perfect spot to bounce, right? Overall, when you look at that, that looks like a 1-2. You got your 50% retracement. Looks like a 1-2 and a wave 3 coming up, don't it, on a monthly. That's perfect. Most of these candles closed up here around a 50%. That would be beautiful. I mean, if I was looking at this, I'd be thinking, oh my god, yeah, this looks good. All these candles right around that 50%. That's great. All right, so definitely in an area to bounce. We're right on that 618 now, where this thing is about trying to get up out of here. You got your weekly RSI, looks beautiful, right at the bottom. Looks great. Okay, your daily. There we go. All right, so you got your weekly and your daily, look good. Your 3-day looks good. I think these tokens are going to start busting away from Bitcoin. Even if Bitcoin does go down, look at the 3-day and the 5-day. These are all heading to the upside. All right, so we're looking definitely for a retracement here out of Caspa, a move up to the upside. The first part to regain is at 10.5. You want to see it regain that, okay? That would put us back up above this trend line here. Then we can start working towards the upside. But I believe, I sure hope, in my opinion, I believe a bottom's in here, and I think this thing's going to start working its way back up. But like I said, it has to regain this trend line up here at 10.5. All right, so that's the first move you're going to want to see it get. Another one, you're definitely There we go. Starting to get a green candle in the hourly. Want to see a bounce in this box. Do not want to see it lose, 9.3. Okay, want to see a bounce up out of here and a bounce up out. It starts getting above 9.6, 9.7. Things are looking good. This thing, would look like it's heading towards the upside. So keep your eye on Caspa here. I really think this thing has bottomed out here. As far as Bitcoin, let's take a look here, see if anything's happening. That's at 95.3. It's going on at 4 hour. Alright, still holding on here. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Could be just a retest. This happens every single time with a breakdown. Alright, don't get fooled here. Seen this a million times. That's what you always get. You get a breakdown, you get a retest, and then you roll over. Alright, that's how breakdowns go. That's why they tell you wait for the retest to enter. Okay, so keep an eye on Bitcoin. If this thing comes back up in here, starts regaining 95, 95.8, 96,000, then it's going to get back inside this wedge. Okay, and possibly, you never know. We'll see what happens. Out on a 12 hour, where's our major resistance? Nothing really down here at the bottom. 96, 140 on a 4 hour. That's probably where you're really going to see what's going to happen here. 95, 850. Alright, that's going to bring it right up towards, back up towards, that's probably going to answer a lot of questions right there. That might be your retest. Might make it back up here, 95, 850, and either get rejected or blast back up in here. Alright, the RSIs are looking a little weak on this thing, but who knows? You never know with this thing, right? I've seen it a million times. These fake outs, they happen all the time. But then you ended up having, I do want to show you this, because you had a lot of other stuff. So, Turbo, let me show you these on a 4 hour. Alright, Turbo has broken down. Looks like a retest coming back up. See how these things retest? Turbo lost its line. Solana. Alright, look, Solana, is it coming back up for a retest, or is it, or is this going to be a fake out? These are 4 hour candles right here. Okay, you have all these Turbo, Goat. Look at this, breakdown. Is it coming back up for a retest or not? Okay, so we'll see. SHIB, that's another one. Put all these out in Discord. If you're interested in joining up in Discord and come in and trade with us, sign up for level 3 memberships, only $15. That's where I posted all these trades. We'll see either a rejection here and a pretty decent drop here, or this is a fake out and it's going to head back up in. We'll see. All right, but I believe Kaspa, I believe that thing is bottomed. We'll keep an eye on it here, but there we go. 4 hours starting a green candle. 1 hour, there we go, looking good. Alright, so we'll see what happens. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much. Please hit that like and subscribe. I'll be back to you soon.